Good afternoon, or whatever time you're experiencing this in. I hope your day is going very well. My name is Maxwell Becker, and this is the T.H.E Jupiter Channel. There are several reasons why this video is coming about in my own personal journey, and I feel that it's necessary that I start bringing this to you. We're going to do a lot of things on this format, and it's ever evolving and it's ever changing, and I would like to welcome you to the first introductory video of the Jupiter Channel. Alright, well, what is the Jupiter Channel? I'm the Jupiter Channel. You're the Jupiter Channel. We all are the Jupiter Channel if we are in allowance of it. And furthermore, to explain what I'm speaking of is Jupiter is a planet. We all know this. Just as Saturn, Mars. And they circulate around our sun in the solar system along with the Earth, the planet that we are all on. And it causes a vibration. It's an energy. Energy is continuously moving through the universe, ever expanding, growing. And that lives within ourselves. That lives within every living thing, every inanimate object. There is an energy that was used to create it, and that energy can never be destroyed. Going back to Jupiter, if we're to observe, which I do, astrological principles, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of luck, of abundance. It is just a very benevolent energy. That's why it's regarded to as one of the benefic planets. Now, as we're going through this, I very much am a student of the universe. There are so many things that I don't know that I aspire to know. My motivation is truly to get to a path of understanding and a path of true healing, not only for myself, but for others as well. You know, I was watching something recently about Jupiter, and there was, in the 90s, a huge comet. I can't remember exactly the name of this comet at this point, but it was on a collision course towards Earth, to the inner parts of our solar system. And this video referenced that Jupiter is like our solar vacuum cleaner. And its gravity is so intense and immense that it absorbed this comet and destroyed it in its atmosphere. Thereby, because Jupiter is a gas giant. It's almost a star, and it absorbed this comet, this fireball that could have destroyed our planet. And that is what Jupiter kind of does. And I think that, moreover, we all know inherently somehow that we can access this energy. I would say that, one way to tell that you're accessing that Jupiter energy is when you're having one of those days where just everything you do is right. You're just on. You are just going forward full steam ahead, and you are manifesting and creating and expanding not only your physical things, your money, your relationships in your life. They're all expanding, they're all going right. But you're also experiencing an expansion within yourself. The more that you access the Jupiter channel, the more this benefic energy starts to serve you. And we can get into all the planets later, and like I said, I'm very much a student of astrology, and where I am right now on October 25th, 2016 at 12:12 p.m. in the Pacific time zone, broadcasting from my luxurious makeshift studio in my condo in the outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm very much on this journey. journey will be the rest of this incarnation of this life. There are several very, very difficult things that have happened in my life that have gotten me here, and I have to see this as a gift. And I want to share this gift, and I want to get other people to explore this consciousness. And as students together, we all change the vibration, shift the planet. Shift the planet. We're on the precipice of it. We're ready. Everyone is awakening. The veil is thin. Saturn square Neptune. Get into that later. But I am now going to try and hold myself, no, not try. I must hold myself accountable to not only let go of what's not serving me in this life, let go of the energetic qualities of past incarnations that have disabled me in this life. And I have to look past that and see the bigger grand scope of things, that everything is for my highest and greatest good. And everything is actually for your highest and greatest good. And we can do this together and help each other. Okay? So, you know, what I would like to actually do and hold myself accountable for is that weekly, and it's funny that it's a Tuesday and it's 2 weeks before the U.S. presidential and U.S. elections, that, you know, I want to do what I like to call an IEF, an Integrative Energetic Forecast. I'm going to use some astrological terms. I'm also going to read the energy in the tarot. I'm going to pull cards for us in a very, very specific manner. I believe I'm probably the only person on this planet pulling these cards in this spread this way. And it's based on my profession. Now, I'll be very frank and honest. I used to love what I do. It defined me. Over the past several years, due to many, many circumstances, it no longer serves my greatest good. I would like to evolve. I would like to evolve out of it. But there's something that I can still add to it. There are aspects of my profession that I still find interesting. What do? I work in a casino. I live in Las Vegas. You know, kind of stands, you know, to reason that I work in a casino. What do I do in a casino? There's many, many jobs, but I actually have been a casino shift manager, dealer. Currently, I'm a supervisor, pit boss / dealer at a casino on the Strip. And, you know, the time for me to expand out of that is now. And it's been brewing for a very, very long time. And it's like a fire and a tension inside of me, and it has to be released, and it's coming through in this format. But it all has to do with healing for myself, healing for you. I see so many people that I work with that are just so plagued by energy, not being able to deal with the energy that circulates and festers, if you will, when you go to a casino. There's a lot of great things that happen in a casino. It can be a very exciting time, wonderful restaurants, you win a lot of money, but there's also a lot of shit that people bring into the casino that they're trying to work through within themselves by gambling. And if you're doing it from a healthy place and a healthy perspective, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and it can be a lot of fun and a lot of entertainment, and I'd like to help facilitate that. I see it every day, and I have an inherent sense, and I believe that this is coming through as the Jupiter Channel, of who's aligned properly to manifest their abundance. Okay? The gambling is just a litmus test. It's a litmus test in life. Are you doing it right? You know? And I will never tell you should just go into a casino and start plopping down money if you don't have the money to lose. You have, if you are going to engage in gambling, it is my interesting point of view that you must be aligned right, and I can help teach you how to do that. But you have to be willing to accept the lessons in loss. Wow, I kind of diverted. I kind of have that tendency. My astrology, which, I'm sure will come up, leans towards that. I'm interested in your comments so far. I'm interested, for those of you that don't know me that are watching this, what astrological sign do you think I am? And moreover, what rising and what moon? Try it out. Let's see if I get any feedback before I reveal that information. But let's just say the big clue is, hello, look at how I'm expressing myself. So we're going to move on, and I'd like to discuss through this app what is actually just going on in the stars and the heavens, the celestial bodies, which are all causing a vibration which affect us on Earth. Look at the moon. We rely on the moon a lot in astrology. It's our deep emotions. It's our emotional center. It's our relationship with our mother. It shines the light on what's hidden. It's the subconscious permeating into the consciousness. And as of right now, the moon is in Virgo. And I can tell you that my conversations with people this morning, my mother, which that's interesting topic. Love her very much, though. And other people, there's just this like feisty emotional sense that people are having right now. And it's the moon moves through a sign every 2 days, 2.5 days roughly. So it's very fast. So when the moon is in Virgo, the emotions that are coming up, we want to label them, we want to articulate them, label them, reap what needs to be taken from them, especially now with our sun in Scorpio, the reaping, the harvest. But on the emotional front, we want to categorize and place all of our emotions and have them fit in nice, perfect things. That's very, very Virgo. Okay? So that might be coming up for you today. Again, I mentioned that the sun is in Scorpio, and it's a powerful time of year. I watch a lot of other astrologers much, much more advanced than I am, and I hope to be there one day. But with what we've been through within the last couple months, with the Mercury retrograde, the eclipse cycles, last week we had a full moon in Aries, conjuncting with Uranus, the planet of rebellion and revolution, innovation, opposing the sun, which was then in Libra, which was also with Jupiter, expanding everything. Okay? So the point of this and watching videos like this is so that you can help start to understand and articulate these energies that are around us and how to move forward the best way in your life. Okay? So going back to the astrology, we can just quickly look at the current chart conditions. No, you're not going to see this very well. There we go. That seems a little bit better. And I know it's very intense and gibberish to most of you. It's still, a work in progress, but I definitely am starting to understand the gist of things. And right now, at this exact time, when I did this, which was about 10 minutes ago, we are still in a Capricorn rising. Anyone that's born right at this second will have their sun be Scorpio, so they'll say, I'm a Scorpio, and whatever that means, which it means a lot, and their rising sign, what they project to the outward world, will be Capricorn. And Capricorn is very diligent and very hardworking and very much about order and process and the end result. It gets up the mountain. It's the goat that gets up the mountain. Okay? So that's what these people, right now, these babies that are being born, that's part of their energetic soul blueprint, that they're going to, project this diligence to the outside world, having this Capricorn rising. So, but right now for all of us, because rising symbolizes the first house, and the first house of astrology is self. I can tell you from what I'm feeling right now, I just feel really, I need to get shit done. I need to change the world. I need to change my life. I am a very, very flawed human being. I've made a lot of mistakes, which I'm trying to call lessons. And I'm trying to shift this energy to make myself a better person and to make the people that I come into contact with also better people. If they choose it, because it's always about their choice and your choice. It's unlimited choice, unlimited possibilities all the time. And we'll get into time another time. Time, I really, really don't resonate with it as much anymore. I'm already at 16 minutes into this video. I hope I didn't lose half of you. But time is something that I think that anyone that is starting to experience this shift is starting to have odds with, because they know in their heart of hearts that it's a resource that we can work with and manipulate and move, because once we get past this physicality of existence, time has no weight on us. It doesn't work the same way. It exists, but we have control over it once we break out of 3D space. Okay? All right. That's another video. That's another something else. As I learn, as you learn, again, share the comments. But, going back to the astrological wheel, we're in Capricorn right now. And what else is sitting in Capricorn? Mars and Pluto. And they're pretty close together. That means they're conjunct. That means their energies are working closely together. So Mars, the warrior, the desire, the sex, okay, who hasn't had a good year. He was in his home sign of Scorpio, which was cool, or Sagittarius. Then he went into retrograde into Scorpio, and then he went back into Sagittarius, and pent up, ready to bust out of the gates. Now he's in Capricorn, where he does well. In addition to, he's exalted. All right. So you have Mars there, drive, determination, warrior, mixed with Pluto, the Lord of the underworld, death, transformation. Transformation. What are we transforming? What are we becoming? What are we turning into? Mars and Pluto working together is very, very potent. And these are the times of our lives where, the shit could be hitting the fan, but what do we do in the aftermath? In Capricorn, we move along. We push forward. We strive ahead. Looking at the other stuff, and I just did lose it. Okay, no, that's not what I want. Bear with me for a moment. Yeah, I kind of messed it up. Yeah, I don't love technology. I'm trying to get back into it. But through this app, it's a very good app. Time Passages, and I have the free version currently, and it gets you what you need to know. And I have it on Apple, but I'm sure they have it on Android as well. We have the Sun conjuncting Mercury. Mercury, planet of communication, fast moving right now, going through, every sign in about 3 weeks, till we hit the retrograde coming up December 19th, just in time for the holidays. Mercury will be in retrograde again for Christmas and New Year. So we need to start working on this so that we can prepare for what that energy brings. And it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Learning to work with the energy that's out there is the point of all this. So our ego, ourself, we're shining our light, we're being able to express it. Look what I'm doing right now, Sun conjunct Mercury. And I'll tell you something else. For those of you that want to play my little game, another clue. My Mercury is sitting with my Sun in my natal chart. I have my Sun, my Mercury, my Uranus, my North Node, all with my Sun. How does it get any better, and what am I going to really do with that? I'm learning because it's some powerful, potent stuff. So, you get the idea of the day. You're going to want to communicate your truth. You're going to want to be yourself. We do have the moon squaring Venus right now for the next several, hours, where, harmony, beauty, relationships are going to clash with your emotions, with how you feel about things, with these people. Are you being emotionally fulfilled by this person that you're in a relationship, not even necessarily a romantic relationship with, okay? We're still going through the tail end of the Saturn square Neptune, which has been along for a while. And last week, the Sun opposing Uranus. It takes a little bit of time for that to hit. And it comes in waves, all this, stirring shit up. And Uranus wants to, rile up the crowd and rile up the party and look, let's change things. Okay? So those are some of the things that are going on in the air right now. And like I said before, I do want to pull cards. And I'm going to do it in a very, very interesting way for most of you. And here we go. And this is just going to, furthermore read the energy. And once we read the energy, how do we go forward? I kind of am being guided to, tell you that there's going to be always obstacles. The obstacles right now are a little tougher, but you have to keep moving forward. What I generally sense from reading these cards also, one of the things that I found the most useful over the last year that I've really been intensely on this journey is the spiritual healing that I find through various energy practices. And through the cards also, I can see what possibly is a good way for you to move forward in that venue. And I myself am a Holy Fire Reiki Master. I also perform various functions within the Access Consciousness modality. Very, very good tools to use to get you through your day-to-day life. Okay? And I am available. Please contact me if you would like a private session. We'll get to more of that at the end. But so we're going to pull some cards, and I'm going to read it in the way that I was guided to, I believe, by the Jupiter energy several months ago. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to briefly tilt the camera, and you can see the cards that are coming up, right? And of course, the cards are coming to me this way, so let me turn them around for you. Alright, and we're going to go back to the regular view, and I'm going to interpret what I see. Whoa, almost lost ya. All right. So, we are realizing right now that we are not beholden to other people's choices and other people's ideas. Ultimately, it is our choice. And some of our choices, and I've experienced several within the last couple weeks, the choices that we make can pierce through our heart and just totally leave us, how do we feel? We have to stab through our own heart because, it's the right choice. It's the right choice for us. And, our personal power, our personal wealth, we can't wait around for it. We can't wait around for someone else to give us this idea, for someone else to give us a message. I see that in the Page of Pentacles, okay? We have to be the generator of our own manifestations, of our own wealth, of our own abundance. And it requires some very, very tough, heartbreaking choices. And I see that right now, there's a 3 energy. There's a 3 energy in all this by looking at the numerical value of the face of the tarot cards. I don't assign the court cards any value, and there's a reason for this. However, looking at the other side of the equation, because I read this sort of as an equation, okay? We have the 3 of Wands, upright, beautiful card, looking forward towards the future, towards a path that we know we must go on, leaving some of the actions behind that we once did but may no longer serve us. Realizing again that perhaps, the idea that we want to just flash out of nowhere isn't forthcoming at this time. And we have to trust our own highest guidance to be able to make the right choices. No one's going to hand it to us. We have to do it ourselves. And we can do it ourselves. We know that when we make certain choices in our life, there's a certain causality and effect that we accept. So accept it. Accept the result and don't place judgment on it. Move through it. The energy on this other side of this equation is currently at a 4. Okay? And so far, 4 to 3. What's the reduction of that? 1. Us, the self, the ego. There's a healthy ego, there's an unhealthy ego. Sometimes we let our unhealthy ego get in the way. What is unhealthy ego? Unhealthy ego is what's kept me from doing this for the month and a half that I've been feeling guided to this. I'm not good enough. I have no value. I have no worth. Loops through my brain constantly. This show is going to be me revealing a lot of authentic parts of myself. A lot of things, though, that I don't like. A lot of things that I hold as an embarrassment, which I'm learning not to judge. That's the one. Back to me. Back to myself. I want this to be a tool to help you as well. Go back to yourself. Go back to your highest truth. So, based on how this card spread works, in this situation, we're going to first start drawing a card on the right-hand side, or my right-hand side. And that's the energies internal. Everything coming from us. The other side is all the energies external. Okay? And this is based in part on a game that I work with in a casino. So the card on this side, we just drew the Queen of Cups. Again, has no value as far as numerologically. Okay, it's a core card, but very, very powerful transformational card. This is a feminine energy, and if you're a man, we all have feminine energy. I obviously have a lot, I'm sure. But it's time to get in touch with that. We're in Scorpio. Scorpio is a feminine sign, and it's about going deep into our emotional seat and really, really reaping. Just like the moon in Virgo, we need to discern and think about or feel about the emotions that we go through every day, and sit in that space. When you get upset, when you get aggravated, when you get nervous, what are you really experiencing? Is it truly your own? You know, the Queen of Cups is reminding you that you are in control of your emotions, of your emotional seat. You are balanced. You are allowed to be aware and have every emotion available to you. And you can control them. You do not have to react in the situations that trigger you, that set you off. You can work through them. You can work with that energy. And that's what the Queen of Cups does. We're still at a 3. Okay? What that means is that still, for a lot of us, we're not completely there yet. For a lot of us, we're very confused by the sign of our times, of what's going on in politics. I mean, we have crazy clowns, going scaring children, scaring people. What is that? What cumulatively, as a collective, has transpired to be that shitty to one another? To cause someone a fright. I mean, yeah, Halloween can be fun, but to really try and impose the idea that you're in danger to another person energetically, it's not good. It's not right. And, I'm not going to judge it. I guess I shouldn't judge it, but it's an energy that's there, and I'm just curious of what makes someone want to expose that energy and project that energy to other people. Again, just to recap, right now, externally to us, the energy is a little bit more powerful. It's a 4. It's structured. It's sound. It's practical. It's orderly. But we must remember that chaos is what creates. And the order, which is also necessary, I would say after too much time, and too much order, it causes us to stagnate. That's why right now, while the energy is still, for all of us, a little bit more external to ourselves, the external energy wins 4-3 with that factor of 1. How do we change it? This. 1. Center yourself through meditation. Through, I see with this requires internal energy work. The tools that I've learned through Access Consciousness are very, very good at unblocking the energies that are internal. Okay? I'm going to end this now. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share this channel to the masses. I hope we can start something really, really special, a really, really interesting, unique platform to make this world a better place. Let's shift the planet. It's necessary, and we're the ones to do it. My name's Max Becker, and this has been the T.H.E Jupiter Channel, and please have a nice day. Namaste.